Hello children, I welcome you all once again to your English class. I hope you all are doing great. Children, for today's English lesson, we are going to continue with the active and passive voice chapter from your Mastering Grammar book. In our previous video lesson, we have already finished some of the tenses, some of the changes that we can do when we have to change from active to passive voice, and I had also discussed in the end I had discussed about simple future. When the active voice is in simple future tense, how are you going to change it? So we had this exercise, and now we can continue with the exercise which follows that rule. Like if you have will make, like if the tense of the active voice is simple future, you have to change how you're going to use will be or shall be, and then you have to use the third form of the verb, right? Following that rule, let us continue with this exercise, and you will find this exercise on page number 121. Okay, now let's start with number 1. People will follow the leader in the years to come. The leader will be followed by the people. The leader will be followed by the people. People in the years to come. Years to come. Yes, children? Now, number 2. How will they cross the desert in this hot summer? Okay. How will the desert be crossed by them in this hot summer? How will the desert be crossed? See the third form of the verb I'm using. Crossed by them in this hot summer. Okay, and question mark will be there because it's an interrogative sentence. Number 3 now. When will she throw a party for her friends? Okay, when will a party? When will a party be thrown by her for her friends? Question. Number 4. The loud music will disturb my neighbor. Yes? My neighbor will be disturbed by the loud music. Yes. Number 5 now. I will borrow your pen later. Your pen will be borrowed. Your pen will be borrowed by me later. Yes. So this completes our exercise L. Now let's see Now, children, there is future continuous tense, but we cannot change it into passive voice. Okay, so there is no passive form of the future continuous tense. Okay, now we will move ahead with future perfect tense. So, what is the structure? What is the syntax for this future perfect tense? Now see, he will have consulted a doctor before 8 p.m. So in the active voice, that means what is the structure? Like will plus have is there plus the main verb is there. That means the verb is there with ed or the past participle form of the root verb is there. So a doctor will have been consulted. Now, how do we change it into passive voice? Okay, we will have to keep will have and then we have to add been because of the perfect tense. We have to add what? Been to it. Now, a doctor will have been consulted by him before 8 p.m. Now, if there is a question, let's see how we are going to change it. Will they have opened a new account before the end of the month? Now, will a new count, there is this will, then you have the subject, that means object becomes the subject. Will a new account have been opened by them before the end of the month? Now, this structure is clear, very clear. So, let's see, let me explain you the structure. I can explain you the structure here only. So, if in active voice, children, if in active voice, we have will, have plus the third form is there. Okay, the third form, that is the past participle form. Okay, so in passive voice, how does it change? In passive voice, this will have will remain as it is, will have. Okay, then been will be added, been, and then the third form of the verb is written as it is. Now, okay, let us see, we have this exercise M which will deal with this concept with the future perfect. Okay, now see, let's see this question. Change these sentences from the active to passive voice. They will have disturbed the forms by Saturday. Okay, distributed, sorry. They will have distributed the forms by Saturday. So how are we going to change the forms? This is exercise M on page number 121 only. Number 1. The forms, this is our object which becomes the subject. The forms will have been. Will have is there, then been is there. Been distributed by them by Sunday. By Sunday. Yes. Number 2. She will have washed the dishes before evening. Okay. Now, the dishes will have been, this is H, will have been washed by her by evening. Number 3 now. Will they have closed the gates before 9 p.m.? Okay. Will the gates have been closed? Will the gates have been closed by them before 9 p.m. and question mark. Number 4. The train will have carried many passengers before it reaches its final destination. Many passengers will have been carried. Many passengers will have been carried by the train, will have by the train before it reaches its final destination. Before it reaches its final destination. And I think I should have written here 5 and 4 is right here. The birds will have built the nest in the next few days. So the nest will have been built. The nest will have been built by the birds in the next few days. Okay children, so we have this exercise M completed. Now let's see. Verbs in the perfect continuous tenses can never be expressed in the passive voice. So children, perfect continuous tenses, all, I'm talking about simple present, I'm talking about present tense, past tense and future tense, they can never be expressed in passive voice. So you should remember this. Now modal auxiliaries. Sometimes children, to make the active or passive, we can also see that there is no tense as such. Okay, there is use of what? There is use of modals. So how can we change them into passive voice? Let's learn. When we have sentences with modal auxiliaries in the active voice, the sentences will be rewritten in the passive voice as follows. Like, we ought to pay our taxes on time. Now, pick out the object here. Our taxes ought to be paid, right? On time. So, like ought to will be there and be plus the verb will be in which form? The third form. May God bless you with more happiness. May, now object is our, like, which is the direct object here? You. Now indirect object is you here. So may you be blessed with more happiness. Can you carry this heavy bag? Can this heavy bag be carried by you? How can he commit such a crime? How can such a crime be committed? Now you can see in active voices there is auxiliary verb. We have the root form of the verb and like ought to pay, may bless, can carry, can commit. Then in passive, how do we change? We will use the auxiliary as it is. Then we add be and then we add the past participle form. So you can see that an exercise will help us understand this better. So let's do this exercise N. This N exercise is on page number 122. Number 1. Now she ought to pay the house tax on time. So the house tax is our, we have to talk about them. So it becomes the subject now. The house tax. The house tax ought to be paid on time. Ought to be paid by her on time. Yes. Now number 2. May God bless you with great success. May you be blessed with great success. Okay. Here we are not writing by God because obviously blessing will be given by Supreme only. So may you be blessed with great success. Exclamation. Now, can you prepare a detailed map of the region? Can a detailed map prepared by you detailed map of the region? Okay, this is our object. Okay, that's why you have to pick the whole up. Can a detailed map of the region be prepared by you? Question mark. Number 4. Can you iron the clothes today? Yes. Can the clothes be ironed by you? Be ironed by you? Number 5. Can you narrate a story to the child? Can a story be narrated? See children, we can skip writing by too. Can a story be narrated to the child? Okay. By you. Let's write by you. Yes, children? So we are done with this exercise N. Now we have this imperative sentences which we are going to do in our next video lesson. So children, sentences with starting with let is always, you know what, imperative sentences. Like obviously some commands also are imperative sentences. So in our next video lesson children, we are going to learn about this. How are we going to change active to passive when we can see that the sentence is imperative. Okay. Now let me read this. In this we can just read it. Sentences beginning with let. Let him book the tickets. It's an active. Now how are we going to change? We are going to leave let only. Let the tickets be booked by him. In passive. Let us recollect old memories. Let old memories be recollected. Okay. Commands: close the window. Let the window be closed. Throw the garbage in the dustbin. The garbage is the main like object here. So let the garbage be thrown in the dustbin in passive. So we have exercise O, which we will be doing in the next video lesson. Exercise OPQ. Then we have this revision exercise 2. If we get time in our next video lesson, we will be doing that also. Okay, children. So we are done with today's video lesson. I hope you learned something new and this video lesson is helpful for your active voice knowledge. Okay, active and passive voice knowledge. We are going to meet again with another video lesson on this topic only. So for today, please take care of yourself and your family. Bye-bye.